Welcome to Mogobe Nuggets of Wisdom podcast. My name is Mompoloki Lerumo. Our objective is to enthuse, inspire, energize, and empower entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs of all stripes here in BW and beyond. We do so by inviting these entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs into our makeshift studio. Sometimes we call them to the restaurant, sometimes we go to our studio, and we ask them to share their experiential knowledge, their experiences and their expertise, and we ask them as many questions as we can, aimed at empowering you also as a viewer. Hello and welcome to another episode of Mogobe Nuggets of Wisdom podcast. I'm excited as always to share another piece of wisdom, as it were. We try to inspire you as best we can. We're going to talk about skateboarding. We're going to talk about something different, the business of skateboarding. My guest is Mosako Chalashika, and you're going to love this one. It's different from anything you think, and you'll realize that entrepreneurship is really a state of mind, and if you're entrepreneurially inclined, you can make business in just about any industry. So this one will be new to me, so forgive me if my questions don't make 100% sense, but we'll all be learning together, and I'm sure Mr. Mosako is going to enlighten us tremendously. But let me ask you to please strike that subscribe button. We need your support. We need your support if we're going to continue to grow. Remember that we're on the road to 100,000 subscribers and beyond. So please subscribe. Welcome to the studio, Mosako Chalashika.
Thank you so much, sir, for having me. Yeah.
Would you please introduce yourself in terms of your background, in terms of what academically you've done?
So I'm 28 years old, and I was born and bred in Botswana, and I went to primary school. I went to Baobab. High school, I went to Marwapula, and then I got transferred to Kimberley, South Africa, where I attended high school, where I went to St. Patrick's CBC. And yeah, that's where I got into skateboarding actually when I moved to South Africa in 2011.
Okay.
And after that, I had went for photography course in Cape Town in 2016. So that's where I mixed the documentation of skateboarding. I mixed the two of them. And so I have a diploma in professional photography, which was a 2-year course. Yeah.
Is skateboarding, did it start as a hobby?
Yeah, I started off as a hobby, and I got introduced it by my friend Khoso Kibini, who actually I went to map with. But at that time, I didn't take it too serious. I just liked the way it felt, and I liked the way the skaters dressed and the aesthetic of it also. Yes.
And then on the academic side, did you go further in terms of a degree?
I tried to, but I tried to go back to school for a degree, but then COVID hit. So that was a time when, we were in lockdown. So the school was also in lockdown, completely locked down. So I couldn't go back. But but then after that I couldn't go back also, because that's when I had to go to Nigeria, to Lagos, to also work there for quite some time. Yeah.
You lived in Lagos?
Yeah, I stay there. So I go there every, the longest I've been there is for 6 months in a year.
What exactly do you do there?
What I do is I work for a skateboarding company there called Waffles and Cream, WAF. This is the logo actually.
Yes.
Yeah, so I am the media guy. So I take photos and videos for them, and I've done, several skateboarding films with them. And we're about to drop one just now, maybe I think in April. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still want to know a little bit more of how it all started. When did you decide that this is something I can make a life around, skateboarding?
It was when I moved to Kimberley. So in Kimberley, the same time I moved there in 2011, that was when they introduced. First, it was called Maloof Money Cup. So it's a skateboarding international competition that came from the States.
Mm-hmm.
So the Maloof brothers, they're actually brothers, and I don't know why they picked Kimberley out of all places in South Africa. That's the mysterious thing that we still
Why did you ask them?
I don't. I'm not too sure, but all the skaters in SA are really they're not. They still don't know why. It could have been Joburg, could have been Cape Town, but why Kimberley?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Maloof Money Cup started in 2011, and then that's when I met a lot of pros, like professional skateboarders, where the guys from the States, like the guys I actually like look up to, like people that I've grew up watching on the TV and DVDs and magazines and stuff like that. And then that actually inspired me.
Okay, who was the foremost among those? Your hero?
It was a guy called Andrew Reynolds. He's AKA the boss. He owns Baker Skateboarding. He's also an entrepreneur because he owns a skateboarding company that sponsors a lot of skaters also, and that can make a living off being sponsored from his company. Yeah.
And why is he called the boss?
He's called the boss because he skates like a boss, and he's a legend. He's your favorite skater. You know, so also he's the boss because he is the boss, because he owns the company, Baker. So that's why he's called the boss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any particular move that he does which you really admire, you wish you could do?
Yeah, he's mostly known for the frontside flip. That's called the frontside flip. So he can do a frontside flip over anything. He's done it over maybe 15 stairs, 20 stairs, set of stairs. He's done it off like a wheelchair ramp with a bar. He's done it over big obstacles.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just to show off his skills.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, and are there any other people who you look up to in the field? Yeah.
So there's a black kid from New York. He's actually Tyshawn Jones. So the thing I like about him is that he's also he skates good. Yeah, he's actually won Skater of the Year twice, and that's the most someone has won in history, amongst two other legends. But he's only how old is he? He's 20. He's 23, I think, or 24. Yeah. So
what does it take to be at the top of your craft? What sort of skill set and attitude is required?
It takes a whole lot of dedication, and you really have to have patience also, and also you're gonna fall. You have to expect to have pain. You're gonna go through it, and also you need to travel a lot and meet other people in the industry, and also you shouldn't just be in one place, and really be there in the industry, be at every competition that you need to be, and also there's a thing where skaters have to release something called a video part, where they go out in the streets and film, and they release it. So that's how you win Skater of the Year. Actually, is through a video part. It's like an album in a way. So
of your exploits.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how it is.
What is Knuckleheads?
Knuckleheads is a skateboarding company that I have created, and I just thought that it was needed to have one in Botswana because the people don't know that skateboarding exists in Botswana, and we actually have good skateboarders in Botswana that actually can go international.
So Knuckleheads.
Yes, sir.
Define the name. Is it something to do with these knuckles? These heads?
No. So obviously, the general public, especially in Botswana, don't understand our craft, and we always looked at people that always vandalizing and, you know, just wasting our time. And they don't know that this is actually like a positive thing to do, like in terms of the mindset, and like it's also exercise. So I took this word that they don't call us knuckleheads like specifically, but if you were to like translate it into meaning, it means this. So I flipped it around and made it something too positive. Yeah.
Yeah, it can be a negative. It can have negative connotations.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your own success, your accomplishments in this arena.
So back in 2015, when I was more in the skating side of things, I competed in the Muluf Money Cup, but then at that time the name changed to Kimberley Diamond Cup. So they had an African division where they had different African countries competing for the cup, and then I competed for Botswana. So I ended up being in top 10. I think I was number 5 or something like that. I can't remember.
Out of how many countries?
It was a lot of countries, like maybe around 15 to 20. I can't remember, but there was a lot of people that were involved in the competition. And then in 2016, that's when I decided to be behind the lens, like behind the scenes in the skateboarding field, because in Botswana again, like we don't. Like nobody knows skateboarding exists here, especially internationally. So I put it upon myself to make sure that people knew that, you know, it exists here, and the best way for them to know that is through videos and photos, through the content that we can make, and also like the quality. Also, like it matters. So yeah, I have gotten like features on international magazines and publications such as GQ magazine, and also I've done something for High Snobity. High Snobiety. It's like a high beast type of thing, but I mean that was for an editorial that I did for a clothing brand, but like they wanted to incorporate skateboarding inside it also. I actually shot it in Lagos, and then also I shot for a magazine called Session Skateboarding Magazine for quite some time. It's like a Pan-African skateboarding magazine based in SA. It's like the number one skateboarding magazine in SA. Okay. So I was making content for them for a while also.
And where is this content going to be displayed or shown? Or?
So it shows, some of them they just showed online, where you can just read the interview. You know, people can just check it out. And then some of the content also comes in hard copy, in actual magazines, and you know, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, insofar as skateboarding itself, why did you move to behind the scenes? Why did you decide to go from the actual activity to photography?
You know, honestly, I felt more comfortable being behind the scenes, because actually, there's no one doing it. Also, there's no one doing it at all in Botswana. So I felt like, why not me? Why can't I do it? And also, I watch a lot of skate videos also. So I know. So like subconsciously, I knew how to shoot a skate video, and the angles and stuff like that. And also, I read a whole lot of skateboarding magazines when I was a kid, growing up in high school. So subconsciously, again, like I knew like the composition and the angles of how a photo should be taken. And also, you know, I didn't know that I was really good at photography, to be honest with you. It's because it was something that I came into it too late. Like I was 21 when I started shooting. So, you know, but stuff for me started picking up so quickly for me when I started shooting, because people got I got recognition from people from different countries and people from different like publications and stuff like that. Yeah.
Explain to me the DIY, side of skateboarding or the skateboarding business. There's an emphasis on do it yourself.
Yeah, so the DIY is basically like, us skaters, we believe in that ethos because, no one else is going to do it for us, first of all. And us skaters, we make things happen for ourselves. In terms of like when you go out to skate, if you see a skate obstacle in the street and it's like it's not perfect, we actually fix it ourselves by pouring cement on the skate spot and like actually fixing it. And also we just have this attitude of just doing it ourselves. And we don't really fit in society, in the basic society. I know we're also a sport, but we don't consider ourselves as athletes also. That's one thing. It's one culture.
You think of yourself as a culture than as a sport?
Yeah, in most cases. But I mean, right now it's slowly changing because skateboarding is in the Olympics now.
When did it get into the Olympics, and has it actually started already, or is it going to be in the future?
It has started in the Olympics. It was in the Olympics in the last one in I think was it Paris? I'm not too sure. Recently, the last one.
The last one was it not in?
I think Japan. Sorry. Yeah, Japan.
And did you not participate, and why not?
No. I mean, for us to participate in the Olympics as Botswana, there's certain things we have to do first. Like we have to register the sport as a actual sport with the sports council, and then we also have to like go through some processes with the Olympic Committee. And then we also have to travel to every country where the qualifiers are to earn points for us to like actually compete in the grand finale. Yeah.
So which country in the world is dominant in this area? Who are winning most awards?
Obviously it's America. That's where it's all started. That's where skateboarding started. But Brazil is actually, there's some good skaters from Brazil. So Brazil is giving the Americans a problem. And also like guys from Europe also they skate very, very good in places like Germany, UK, Sweden, just different countries. But in Africa, the best place where they have some skateboarders there is South Africa. And there are some South Africans that actually skate on an international professional level, the same level as the Americans. So they actually like they are coming up also.
What would you say are the key success principles in this field? I think we can lump it up also with the photography because your photography is related to skateboarding.
Yes,
it's not separate. So what would you see are the success principles that have helped you get where you are and are likely to push you into the future?
So the success that I've seen so far was helped with the fact that skateboarding, were known to be trendsetters, especially in the fashion world. So people always follow what we dress, and people want to copy the way we look, and people like the idea of skateboarding, especially like the young ones, the youth, like they want to be with the skaters. And also like in the music industry, like the rappers specifically, they always talk about skateboarders in their music. And we have there's a skateboarder, there's a rapper called Lil Wayne. I don't know if you've heard of Lil Wayne. Yeah.
Tattoos everywhere.
So Lil Wayne has actually started skating like a few years ago, and you know that's all he does basically nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he actually turned pro on a skateboarding company in the States.
Is he good?
I wouldn't say he's good, but like he's actually improved a lot, and he can actually skate, you know. And yeah.
Yeah. What did you say is your best move, and how do you pull it off?
Yeah, the best move is the clothes that I make. So people love the designs that I do on the t-shirts that I do.
I was even talking about the skating move, but we'll get to the clothes just now.
Oh, okay,
when you're executing your craft, what was your favorite action or move?
My favorite move was a hard flip.
Mm-hmm.
That was my favorite move that I used to do.
What does it entail? Can you describe it to us?
It's like just the way you flip your board, you know. So I used to do it all the time, and you know, that's what I was known for most of the time. But I couldn't do that. Like that was a trick that I was mostly consistent with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's the level of complexity involved?
In that trick, that same trick.
Yeah.
The level of it's just people find it hard actually to do it, but it's actually easy once you get it. I actually learned it by mistake one time when I was skating.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you throw the skateboard in the air and catch it.
Yeah, you throw it in the air and catch it. So you can do it over stairs. You can do it like I've seen guys do it off a roof in videos. I've seen guys doing it off a wheelchair ramp. And you can do it anywhere off anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't the sport dangerous? Isn't there a danger element?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it can get dangerous, you know. It can, but there's a way you're able to bail in skating. Like in skating, also like you have to know how to bail.
But aren't there some protective things like kneecaps as well as helmets?
Yeah, they are actually, but like that's mostly used for the guys who do vert ramping. The U-shaped ramp. I don't know if you've seen it before.
Do that one?
No, like so for street skaters, I do street. You don't wear no protection at all.
Is that really advisable?
I mean, it's not, but I mean, it's more of an aesthetic thing, and also that's the culture. It's just the culture of it. So, I mean, skateboarders can also like kind of hush people in a way. You know, they can make fun of you. So if you wear protection as a street skater, like you get laughed at.
Yeah. Have you not had any major accidents?
I haven't broken a bone, but
no, not you personally. I mean, within the industry.
Or in the industry. Okay, yeah. There's people that have broken bones. You know, there's people that can't even skate anymore because of that injury. And
that's why I say it's dangerous.
Yeah, it is dangerous. It is. But people, I mean, like, it's the feeling of it. That's why skaters out there are also willing to risk it all. Yeah.
The adrenaline element.
Yeah, that's what they're chasing. Yeah.
Now, you're just talking to us about the clothing side. Tell us how that started.
Yeah, the clothing side, I was inspired by brands like Supreme New York, inspired by Baker Skateboards, which is owned by the boss. I was inspired by FA, which was owned by Jason Dale, and just a couple of brands. And I've seen how they go on about that business. So not everyone wants to buy skateboards, but for the general public, like obviously they can wear a t-shirt, pants, or you know, a jacket. So that's the easiest way to get into the market. And that's the easiest way to make money. Also, is the clothes. And there's a specific way of how the clothes should look. Also, like the skateboarding aesthetic. Also, like what we wear.
I'm looking at your T-shirt. It looks just ordinary.
It does though. So like, the simplicity of it is like that's what we like. We like simple stuff in skating. But different skaters are different styles also. There's some skaters who are like punk rock. like with the spikes on their hair and like who wear like chains on their wrists and stuff like that and tight pants. And then the skaters like me who like baggy stuff, who like to wear cargo pants. Not too big t-shirts, but like not too oversized, but like right fit. And then there's some skaters who like to wear just your average, your a button-up shirt with chinos.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't help noticing the uniqueness of your hairstyle. Is it part of the culture?
No. I mean, there's a couple of skaters with cornrows, but I just like the hairstyle. I've always wanted to do cornrows, and I just did it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there any special setbacks or challenges associated with the craft?
Yes, there is some setbacks, especially in Africa, because it's hard to get people into skating. It's hard to sell skateboards especially in Botswana, because the thing is that people don't really like understand the sport of it. Although there's some people that actually want to join it also. Like there's some people that have young kids who want to actually join it, but most of the time the challenges that come with the business is that
But are you in the industry doing enough to raise awareness and to market the sport or the business, whatever you want to call it?
Yes, I've done so. Like back to the photography and the videography, I've done some content that Botswana are aware of. That they've seen that like the skateboarding exists in Botswana, and but I mean it won't happen overnight. It's step by step. So far, I mean, like we've made progress in people seeing that it exists here, and now the next step is to build the skate park. I think that's gonna like attract more people into skating, and if they see the infrastructure there, then they want to come and join us and skate.
What exactly is in the snake park? What I mean in the skate park?
In the skate park, so we'll have some obstacles that will be catered to the skaters, especially the fact that Olympic is now the skateboarding is now an Olympic sport now.
So they have certain specs for Olympic training purposes, certain specifications.
Yeah, so like we just need like a street course and a training course, a vert course, the U-shape type of obstacle. So that's all we need. So like there's some specific obstacles that are needed for the Olympics.
Is it something that would be very expensive to come up with?
Yeah, so like we're looking at to raise about a million pula to build the skate park. It would be made of concrete.
With or without the land?
The land we're hoping to get it from our land board or the council, that they be able to like lease it to us or to give it to us for some time.
Are you taking any steps in that regard to get this?
Yes.
To get them to approve.
Yes. So like we're going around looking for letters of support from people that have impact in the youth, and also they have impact in Botswana, especially like private companies and also youth institutions like Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, MySec. And we've also spoken to the guy who's designing our park is from Canada. His name is Vaughn Neville. So he's also like just guiding us and telling us what are the steps to do, and we're trying to also register the association also. So like I feel like if that happens, that would be a big plus into getting the land.
Is the Ministry of Entrepreneurship or any of these ministries, or even the Ministry of Lands not assisting you to secure the park or the space for the park?
The Ministry of Lands.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't gotten to them yet, but like we have been to the city council, to the Gaborone City Council, where we're still waiting for a response for us to talk to the town clerk, and hopefully we talk to the mayor. Yeah.
Now, how do you get the youngsters to appreciate the sport? How are you targeting them and bringing it to their attention?
There's some people that actually don't like the traditional sports, the ball sports like basketball, football, and they want to try something else that's very alternative and something that they can be themselves. So having that also, showing that they're able to skate. We also give skate lessons at Main Mall also every weekend, and then we also advertise our stuff on social media. And
say a bit more about the activities in the Main Mall.
Yeah, so Main Mall, we just pretty much meet up every weekend, mostly Saturdays and Sundays. Fridays we are not there because the car park is full. So we were there every Saturday and Sunday. So like we just bring our own obstacles there that we have built, we put them there, and then we just skate through the whole day. And sometimes we go out and film in the streets.
Yeah. Beyond the adrenaline rush, which you said is one of the benefits, can you name or mention any other benefits from a health perspective, from a mental health perspective, and so on?
Yeah, so skating, the exercise is very good because you're constantly pushing. And, some people actually push around the city. They don't use any vehicles or combis. And it also helps you mentally because you're outside all day. So you get to, breathe fresh air.
Maximum amount of vitamin D.
Yes, sir. And also, it makes you, the feeling of it, the thrill just makes you feel, it makes you feel happy and makes you forget about the problems you have. And also, the community that we have, you meet different people that you can relate to with the similar problems that you're going through, and you let it out.
Does Knuckleheads supply the skateboards themselves or some other equipment for the sport?
We're working on that. I recently designed our skateboarding decks, which we would like to make actually. It's just that the funds are a bit too hefty, but once we get the funds, and then we'll bring the skateboards in. And but there's a skateboarding company called a skate shop actually called Posse. They actually sell boards, but they sell international boards
and not
local boards, like local brand boards.
What's the difference?
I mean, it's just to represent your own, your own the own brand where you're from,
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not to say the terrain locally is tougher or different.
No. It's all the same. I'm just saying the branding also, to represent your own brand that comes from your own city. Yeah.
Which leads me to the Zaka issue, really. That is there really Zaka in this thing, and how can one really profit optimally? Is there money in the business?
I mean, there is money, but if only you're in the Western countries. If you're in America, Europe, then you might be able to make a living off of it only.
Is it because of larger populations or what?
Yeah, it's because there's actual industries there where they have a lot of skate companies, and money is being put into it. The government actually puts some money into this.
Government? The overseas government?
Overseas governments, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They actually put in money into the skateboarding scenes that side.
Because they would build the parks.
Yes, they build public parks. all over. Even in South Africa, I know in Cape Town they've built quite a few parks.
With skateboard.
Provision
for skate. You mean skateboard parks?
Yes, sir, skate parks.
Yeah.
Also in Joburg, they have one, but they didn't do it properly though, but they're still there.
What do you mean?
They didn't, like, the obstacles are put in weird places. So in skate parks you have to have flow.
They didn't have an advisor.
They didn't have
you.
No, they didn't have an advisor. They just did it themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess they just saw it from the internet and thought they had an idea of how, where the obstacle should be. Yeah.
You mean the Kimberley one is better?
Yeah, the Kimberley actually won the best skate park in the world.
Mm-hmm.
They won that award in 2015.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what are the key ingredients for a successful, skate park?
Yeah, so obviously you have to have an advisor, a veteran from the skateboarding community. Because they've been in the game for quite a while and they have an idea of what a skateboard should be like, and the type of skaters that reside in your city. Because we have different type of skaters. We have the first skaters that skate the U-shaped ramp, and then we have street skaters who skate rails and stairs and stuff like that. So according to the type of skaters that you have, that's how you build the park. And then also I don't know if there's levels of quality of concrete, but obviously concrete is more advisable to build a skate park, instead of having metal skate parks or having parks that are made out of wood. And
supposing someone in government who has influence is watching, can you make your best case for why the country should build a skate park?
Yeah, the country should build a skate park because skateboarding has saved lives, in a literal sense also, because it has saved people from even committing suicide, and the same, just going back on the mental health issue, it has helped a lot of people come sane, and it keeps the youth busy and keeps them out of the streets and out of trouble. And also, skateboarding has good exercise on the community, on the skateboarding community, and we learn a lot of good values. We have a thing where we fall all the time, but we'll just get back and try the trick again until we get it. So we take that
teaches you persistence.
Yes, sir, persistence. That's what it teaches you. So there's a lot of good values that go into skateboarding that you can get out of it and apply it to the real life.
I noticed most of the parks in Gaborone seem to have exercise equipment. Is it better to have those exercise equipment side by side with the skate park, or should some of those be replaced with skate parks? Or what is your view?
No, I think there's enough space for us to put both the outdoor gym and the skate park, because also skateboarders also need to go to the gym and actually do workouts for them to skate properly and to perform proper and to reduce injuries. So I think having that also at the skate park would be a good idea. And also stretching is a very important thing to do before you skate. And I think skateboarders also do yoga also, so that's very important.
Yoga?
Yeah, because yoga it teaches you how, it helps you to be flexible. So that's what we need flexibility.
Yeah. I can't stop thinking about what you said about Lil Wayne being a skateboarder. I'm wondering whether we should introduce our musicians here to skateboarding.
Yeah, there's actually been the local musicians that have tried skateboarding or that skate.
Really?
Yeah. There's a guy called Ski Mask So back then I've actually taken him to Main Mall. He can do like a few things on the board.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's one example. And there's a couple of guys that are actually interested in skating. But there's also musicians that used to skate, but then they're musicians now. So there's a connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the connection?
The connection with hip hop specifically and skating is that we as skaters we love listening to hip hop. We also put hip hop into our skateboarding videos in the background, and also the dress codes also are quite similar also, with the cargo pants and the oversized t-shirts, and also I think the DIY attitude also makes us the same, because the hip hop artists also have a DIY mentality in terms of like shooting their own music videos, recording themselves, and getting themselves out there until they get signed to a major label.
Understand.
Yeah.
Let's bring in a bit of the media and photography side, and let me just ask you how you ensure that the photography business works in a place like Botswana, where you say yourself that there are no parks and there's not enough in terms of uptake for the sport.
The photography with the skateboarding, it actually in Botswana, because like, to be honest, with the photography, especially with the skateboarding for the skate culture in Botswana, like, it's the international people that actually gravitate towards it more. So that's how like it's easier for us to get on the map, because these international publications also, they have big followings where people in Botswana actually read them also. So once they see us on those type of publications, we get more respect, and it's to give us like more like a stamp,
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that regard, how did you get into Nigeria?
So we released a video under Nakohez, a skating video called Two Twos.
Two Twos.
Yes, sir. In 2019 with two skaters and from Botswana, and they liked the video, how it looked. The guys in Nigeria, Waffles and Cream. So they saw that we were doing a premiere in Botswana, so they wanted to do a premiere also on that same week. And then not too far, like I think it was 2 weeks later after that, they had a competition that they have annually called Go Skate Day. So Go Skate Day is basically our holiday for skateboarders on June 21st, where we all come together and we just, some go around the streets and skate different obstacles, some throw competitions, some people do different things. So they were doing like a competition in Lagos, Waffles and Cream. So they flew me, myself, and another skater called Kagiso Leburu to Lagos. So that's how we ended up going to Nigeria.
So what did you do when you got there?
So when we got there, you mean from the time?
Yeah, in
the
terms of the photography side and the
okay. So once we got there, we were there for 10 days actually. So on the last day of the trip, it's a competition. So before that, we just go around the streets of Lagos. So what we do is, for those 10 days before the competition, we shoot it's called a tour video, where we go on the streets and skate different obstacles, and then from there we make it as a compilation from all the clips we've gotten before the last day. So that's the skate film actually that I've done from last year's Go Skate Day competition.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you say you still spent 6 months in Nigeria?
Yeah, the last time I was there for 6 months. So maybe, because it depends on what I need to do while I'm there. So maybe this year I won't be there for that much, but I'll be there for maybe a few months again.
Do they appreciate the craft enough there to the point where they're competitive, the same as South Africa?
Yeah, the population actually helps them with throwing competitions, but they have similar problems of what other African countries have, in terms of our parents are not really open to the idea of skating. Eh? Yeah, I mean my parents are supportive, but I'm talking about like just in general.
In general, yeah.
Yeah, because they feel like we're just gonna break our bones and waste our time, and they actually think that skateboarders are devil worshippers. That's the stereotype. That's the stereotype.
Does that come from?
I don't know. I guess it's because I don't know actually why they think we're devil worshippers. Because
I never heard that one.
Yes, it's a known stereotype that's been going around, especially with African parents. So that's the problems that they face. But compared to South Africa, I feel like the skating in Nigeria it just took off recently. So I mean, the skateboarding in SA has been there for quite a while, since like I think the 80s or the 90s. So the longevity has helped SA a lot, and also the parents that side are more supportive because we know like South Africa is more.
Is it across all races in South Africa?
Yeah, it's mostly in the beginning. It was mostly like white people, but now it's changing slowly but surely. Because there's more kids. I know a lot of kids in Soweto now skate, and they're actually good. And there's some kids in the Cape that come from the Cape Flats that are actually like very, very good. And yeah, it's slowly changing.
At what age is it ideal to start your child on this?
The ideal age, I mean, you can start. You have to start obviously before you hit maybe like 22 if you want to take it professionally. Because you have to start from an early age. But the earliest I've known someone that skated was 4 years old. And kids can actually skate. Like, young kids can skate. Like, it's actually safe for them to skate, because when they bail, they don't really hit the ground as hard as, someone like me, like my height, will hit the ground more,
Shorter distance to fall.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the photography side. What do you intend to do with that? I'm still trying to understand how you monetize it and how you make it a business, even if you're going continental.
Yeah, so you mean like specifically skateboarding photos or just photography in general?
Yeah, skateboarding photos and in general.
Okay.
I didn't know you're actually active outside skateboarding.
Yeah, so I've realized like there's a big gap especially in Africa. We don't see a lot of like African content for skating, except obviously like SA. And I feel like that gap needs to be filled. And yeah, there has to be, I mean, like if someone documents the skateboarding the African skateboarding communities, the business side of it, you'd be the only one who's doing it. So obviously, like, everything is coming to you. Like all the publications, everybody wants your photos. And maybe in the next 30 years, those photos might be worth a lot of money, because those are photos that are really sacred and nobody knows about them, and people want to see those type of things, especially people from the Western countries. Yeah.
Because it's entertaining and it's exciting.
Yeah.
All right. I happen to know that you are working on some fundraising efforts. What's your pitch? Suppose that there's an angel investor or a venture capitalist listening. Can you give a bit of a pitch as to what you're looking for and what you're planning?
Yeah, so we're just looking for some potential stakeholders, shareholders who are able to contribute money to the skateboarding facility, the skate park specifically, and this won't be a waste of your money because it's really gonna help the community, and it'll be the first thing that'll be happening in Botswana, the skate park. So you'll be also a pioneer in a way in the business side also, because nobody else except Orange has popped in money into skating.
Orange is supportive?
Yeah, they did the skate park in Molapo, but it wasn't maintained. That was the problem. There was no management, so that's why all the obstacles got rusted and wasn't being taken care of. So that's why the Molapo management took out the park. Yeah.
And we transferred to Mainmore.
Yeah, I mean, while the park was there, we're still skating at Mainmore, but not as much. So, but that park in Molapo, it wasn't concrete. It was the movable obstacles. Yeah.
So is that your best pitch, or there's more? What money is involved, and when does the investor get their money back?
The money, I mean, it's a long-term thing also, in terms of getting the money back. But I mean, like, it's also like, I wouldn't say it's a charity thing, but it's more of giving back, to the youth, helping the youth, and helping the community of Botswana.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you, sir.
Yeah.
Have we talked about future prospects 5, 10, 15 years from now? What can we expect from brand knuckleheads and from Mosako
Chalashika? 5 to 10 years, I actually want to open a knucklehead store soon, but I hope to have different stores in Botswana, but also in different African countries. And the long-term goal also is to create an Olympic team, obviously, and to commercialize.
Not so obvious to me, but
also to commercialize the sport. And I also like to see skateboarders, make a living off skateboarding, just skating only in Botswana. And yeah, that's the long-term goals that we'll be reaching for.
Okay.
Yeah.
And and of course to get that park on the ground.
Yes, sir. To get the park and also several other parks. Because once there's one park, then which means there'll be more parks coming.
Yeah, this issue of maintenance, how do you deal with it then once the park is established, so that we don't have a repeat of what happened in Molapo Crossing?
Yeah, the maintenance, we just need someone to manage the skate park, and also the money that's made from the park will be used to maintain the skate park.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you care to hit me with a question now? It's that time of the show when you get to ask me.
Okay. Would you? Yeah. Let me think about it for a second. Would you be comfortable for letting your children, to be a part of the skateboarding community in a way?
The youngest is 17, heading to 18.
Okay.
And she's studying outside the country.
Okay.
So I don't want to talk hypotheticals. I think they're at a point where they're already a bit far out, because there's 18 and then 22, 23, and then the others are in their late 20s.
Okay.
So I think that time has sort of passed. But if they were younger and they're interested, I wouldn't stop them.
Yeah.
Because I used to take them for karate and for martial arts.
Oh, okay.
So skateboarding seems a lot less harmless, I think. Of course, if you fall with your head, it's a problem.
Yeah.
But that goes for every sport.
Yeah, it does though.
So I wouldn't stop them.
Okay.
If they were young.
Okay, no,
All
that's
right.
great.
Yeah. Look at that camera, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And share with the viewer one final message, parting motivational message.
Whatever you put whatever you want to do, in any business or any field that you want to, participate in, if you put your mind to it, you can achieve the goals that you want to achieve. It doesn't matter what it is that you want to do, and you have to stay consistent and have confidence in whatever that you want to do. And I mean, you'll know that you're gonna have some obstacles to that you're gonna have to go over, but just keep at it and just keep doing your thing. Yes, that's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you care to share your contact details both on social media and elsewhere?
So on Instagram, my personal profile handle is @theloso, TheLowsso, and then the Nako Hills company is KNUCKLEHDS. And then my contacts, you can hit me on WhatsApp at 75755-397. And then my email is mosako@nakohills.com.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Now, okay, you have an email?
Yeah, I just
WhatsApp?
said the email. I said the
okay,
WhatsApp.
so I may have missed it. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you for having
You've
me.
been a wonderful guest.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah.